like that one as much. Sorry, I'm just trying to find some music that I would want to open with. I don't know. Hey guys, um, who's all in here? So there are some people I have not seen before. Miss Justice, you're here. If you ever want to, would you like to be on panel with me today? It would be really cool to have another conversation with you. Let me know. Rando, thank you for being here. In my eyes, you are a real mod. Hi, Michael. Hey, Mega Pints and Muffin, how are you? Are you gonna make a shirt that says "I can adult"? Oh God. Make sure you send me one, okay? Hey, Mark, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling better. Um, you don't know what the topic is? Well, I talk about Kylie Rodni a lot. I try to talk about other things as well, but given the time restraint, um, I've done a lot of research on Kylie, at least in my own way. So I try to just have conversations about her, about the situation, and I do my best. I know I cannot solve the crime here, but there are a lot of smart people that if they come together, they can really make a difference. So I'm hoping that happens soon. But really, I just want to hold a conversation. I don't know, my voice is going like that. Sorry. I think I'm just tired. I've had a really long day at work. I got home from work about an hour and a half ago. Oh, let me see who else is. Hi, I am unbiased until facts fight for the innocent. How are you? I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Hi, Christine Herman. How are you? Um, yeah, that's a really cool username, right? Hi, Bridge. How are you? Miss Justice. I know I'm a little bit behind, but I just want to say hello. You've never been in a live? Well, I hope this is informational for you at least. I hope that this live is well, first of all, I do not plan this live to be more than an hour. So uh, I've back at school. I'm back at school, so I try to be in bed by a specific time, and I wake up, and lately I've been getting to work an hour earlier before everybody, but that's like my quiet time where I can think and do stuff, really get myself ready for the day. And I'm outside half of the day, so the sun really tires me out. And that's why I have not been uploading videos and um doing a lot of stuff. I've been trying to get my routine back so I can now implement you in my routine as well. So I'm hoping to do Wednesday lives. The Wednesdays work for me. I like Wednesdays. Maybe do like Wednesday and Fridays, but we'll see. Hi Tracy. Hi Suzanne. I miss you guys so much. Honestly, it's been a minute. I really appreciate you guys being here. Really appreciate you guys being here. Hi Jendo, how are you? Did I say hi to you? If I did, oh man, I'm tired. I'm really tired, y'all. I'm glad you're better. No more meds, some deep stuff healing, but no. Okay, good. I'm glad you're better. And thank you for checking in. Yes, I am a little tired. School's going well, thank you. Crime Watch, how are you? Crime Watch. Hi Miranda. Hi Cher. Um excuse me. Okay. Hi Simon says, how are you? I love you all so much. Okay. So um I want to talk about a couple of things here. Muse news. Oh, I want to talk about a couple things here. Uh, okay, I don't know where to get started, so I'm gonna start like this. Um, First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that has supported my channel in any way. I like to call it our channel because if it wasn't for all of us being together, it would just be by myself. Um, no worry, Mary. How are you? I want to thank you guys because of the views, because of the memberships. Can you all believe like people are members in this channel? And because of like super chats or whatever, like YouTube sent me a check. It was 2 months. They sent me $150 for I think it was for like July, no, June and July. No, wait, May and June, because it's always like a month behind. They sent me $150 And with that $150 from YouTube, um, I was able to buy some supplies, some extra supplies for the kids at school. So I bought pencils and I bought like colored paper because I like to print music on colored paper. And I was able to buy like special highlighters. Like it was so cool because it's like extra, right? Like the school gives us money, but it's not that much. The school budget is a horrible thing. And so and it was so cool. So thank you all. And like you don't have to be a member to support it. You don't have to just watching, sharing, clicking the like, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. So for the 2 months from May and June, $150 was sent to me, and I used that to give back to my kids. So thank you all so much. Um, and so I have some treats for them. I bought them some like snacks for the year for like this for like marching band time. So like sometimes their parents like aren't able to give them snacks because it's a long day. So I have snacks now for them. So I just wanted to tell you all thank you so much for basically helping my kids. So yes, and that's how I'm gonna keep using that for to kind of give back to my students. So again, thank you so much for all of that. Okay, so now I want to go into yes, if it wasn't for the YouTube money, I would have spent my own money on that. So you guys kind of helped up. You guys really did a beautiful thing. It's amazing. Hey, Mama Smurth, sorry. Hey, Jen. Okay, so again, I don't want this live to be more than an hour, so I just want to keep going. So, and anything you guys want to ask in the chat, I will absolutely. I'm watching the chat. Okay, so I believe it was Miss Army for Justice that shared a video um, that really that I had never seen this video, but it was an interview with Kylie's grandma. Okay, her name is Cassandra. What was it? Cassandra something. And Army, if you here, let me know. I forgot Sullen. I think it was Cassandra Sullen. I had never seen that name before. So let me share this. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, Miss Justice. Hi, welcome. Hi from Detroit. What does that mean? Gross, considering you're shaping our future with all our. What does that mean? It's terrible how much. Oh, okay. I thought you were. Oh, okay. I get you. I thought you were like telling me. Okay, I took that totally wrong. Okay. Anyway, so I searched for, and I had never seen this before personally, but maybe you guys have. I searched for that name on Facebook. You guys can see it here, and and I had never seen her. This is Cassandra. This is Grandma, right? This is this lady here. Here we go. And I'm totally giving Miss Army for Jesus this credit. She shared this with us, and I'm grateful that she's able to do and continue research. So this is this lady. I looked her up, right? And I found the letter that she wrote. Oops, I don't want to share that. I found the letter that she wrote on Facebook for law enforcement. Oh, I don't like my face that close to the screen. That's really awkward. Okay. It's her grandpa's wife. This is grandpa's wife. Kylie's grandpa's wife. Um, so this is a letter that Cassandra Sullen wrote to Sheriff Moon in this post when Kiely. This was August the 23rd. The post itself says today an autopsy was conducted on the deceased individual who was found in the Prosser Reservoir on Sunday, August 21st. The Nevada County Sheriff Coroner has identified the decedent as 16-year-old Kiely. Yeah, I think it was. Is it girlfriend or wife? Maybe I misunderstood. Yeah, I'm trying my best to blow it up, y'all. I'll screenshot this and I'll put it on a community post. All right. So then in these comments, right? This lady says, "Why did you guys just leave her belongings in the lake? Why are you not fighting for this sweet girl?" I always back the blue, but seeing how this case was handled is disgusting. This girl deserves justice. A lot of people agree with this person, but so right here, because Cassandra took it upon herself to write it, to write to write this to Sheriff Moon. Why she decided to do it here, I don't know. Maybe this was a letter that she actually sent to the police department, but she just shared it with the public as well. I don't know. I'm not saying that this is the only place she posted this, but it's on Facebook. Maybe again she emailed it to somebody. Um, it says over the last 17 days, sorry, an open letter to Sheriff Moon. Over the last 17 days, we have been filled with uncertainty, grief, and fear. Locating our granddaughter on Monday has brought us an element of resolution. Hi, Lala. How are you? Lala, I'm going to make you a mod. Is that cool with you? Let me see if I can do it. Oh, yeah, I can do it. There we go. Good to see you, Lala. Okay, let's see. Also, again, just something to notice. The wording, the vocabulary that she uses is very final. For example, well, I'm gonna give you this question. I'm gonna lay this question on you. Um, if your child, like if this was your child, if Kylie was your child, and I'm just very interested in y'all's answer. If this was your child, and let's say she was found, like the same circumstances, after she was found, would you just say, okay, it's over, like we have a resolution? Would you say that, or would you be saying, okay, now I need answers, how did this happen, this is not the end, this is just the beginning? But again, that's just my question to you. Maybe I am overthinking things, which I always do. I do overthink things, and sometimes I blow things out of proportion. I understand. My emotions get the best of me, and then I make illogical decisions based on those emotions. However, this is what she says. Locating our granddaughter on Monday has brought us an element of resolution. While not the conclusion we had hoped for, this agony has been brought to an end. Yes, we are saddened, but we now know where our dear Kylie rests. It took an army of individuals to find her, from backcountry hikers to the FBI, divers, the tow truck operator, print shop, sheriff, police, Homeland Security, and ultimately the Adventures with Purpose team who found her. This sentence was also, I don't know. Miss Justice, actually, would you come up with me and kind of like discuss this with me, just because I don't know, and maybe I'm overlooking some things. Let me know. I'll drop the link. Collectively, we all made it happen. Everyone volunteered their skills, stood up for Kylie, and hit the pavement running. In the end, we found her. There will always be an armchair warrior contributing to an unproductive display of criticism, ridicule, and blame. And she's talking about us. Okay. I am that person too. I'm an armchair warrior, right? Well, Miss Justice, that's you, I would be honored. Okay. Let me do this here. I know everybody would like to hear you speak as well. God, my dog is so big. Jesus. Okay. There's the link. Hi, good evening. Going crazy. Jen Madison, I would want more answers and also be so distraught, not talk to the media. I would privately hire my own investigators. Yeah. Yeah, now this sounds familiar. Yeah. Mhm. How are you doing, going crazy? Oh, Rando, you're so nice. Mama Smurf, I just didn't miss anybody. And how did Placer, Nevada County's Trump FBI if Prosser Campground is a federal land? That's a good question. Michael Shelton, how are you? A lot of people believe that, Michael Shelton. That's true. Christine says, I would not rest till all questions answered. In this case, who is responsible? Hey, pretty bird, how are you? Let me know if you need the link again, Miss Justice. I'll keep reading. I'm sorry. Um, there will be an armchair warrior. Sorry, I like to read this sentence because it kind of like it always brings me down to earth, right? I don't have a badge. I get that. I'm a curious human. Let's see. Oh, here she is. Oh, you're gonna bring your awesome background. You're up here, Miss Justice. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm still getting set up there. No echo. 1 second. I just got to grab some water and stuff.
Okay, you're good. You come back when you're ready.
I'm almost there.
Okay. So, oh, sorry. There will always be an armchair warrior contributing an unproductive display of criticism, ridicule, and blame. Those three words, she's right. Criticism, ridicule, and blame. And I believe that us, the people behind the computer screen, um, I think it would be beneficial if we didn't do that to each other, but that's another story. The Nevada and Placer County Sheriff's Department gave it their all. For those who point fingers and don't believe in our law enforcement, if you ever find yourself in deep trouble, simply dial 911. Law enforcement will be at your door within minutes to hold you up during your darkest hour. We are forever indebted to you. Why are they indebted to law enforcement? I'm
Hello,
sorry, I
hello.
sound mean because this grandmother
You
is
know
crazy.
what?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
you know what? Let me just speak freely here,
Please.
please.
Yes,
My
absolutely.
husband my husband is law enforcement, so I feel like I can speak to the matter, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't say that on my channel, but I'm happy for people to know that.
Yeah.
Like, but anyway, so I'm here for you, girl.
I I would love to hear your opinion on this.
Yeah. Yeah, she's sucking up, man. She's bootlicking. That's what police call it. Police call it bootlicking. Ass kissing.
Bootlicking. Oh, okay, wow.
Brown noser. Brown noser.
Because it just
Something's
seems like
up.
she thanks law enforcement instead of criticizing them a little bit. At least a little
Right.
bit.
They didn't really Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I
They
mean
didn't really do
that's what
anything
I'm
to
trying to
help.
say. Yeah.
Yeah, they did not really do anything to help. So,
And what do you think the reason for that would be? Yeah, Muse News says why.
okay. Oh, and I can't see the chat. Hold on.
No.
So I'm just gonna jump right in and speak freely that it sounds to me like she's feeling indebted and
Mhm.
she's trying to suck up to them. So I'm
It
excited.
always feels.
My Yeah,
What was that?
go ahead.
No, it
Go
just
ahead.
always
I'm
feels
just
like
excited.
everybody. Oh, me too. I'm excited.
I'm excited to be here. Just
Me
getting
too. I'm
settled in.
excited you're here.
I'm so
Um,
happy to be here with you, girl.
I love this so much. I love our conversations because a lot of the time you give me perspective. I'm always stuck in my own little tunnel, but you kind of make it okay sometimes for me to question how I question things or not. You kind of question me, which I appreciate.
You have great instincts. You absolutely have great instincts.
Well, I
And
trust you as well.
that's the best thing that you can have, you know?
Hmm.
Trusting your instinct, but also keeping an open mind that, of course, you might be incorrect, right?
Yeah, which is absolutely possible. Like many people say, we're just people behind a computer, right? We're keyboard warriors, I suppose.
You just reminded me of like the Wizard of Oz, ignore the man behind the curtain.
Yes. I just found this letter interesting. I had never read it before, and it sounds like someone wrote it for her. It sounds like a lawyer or a media person wrote it because then it says, "We are forever indebted to you, kindly, David and Cassandra Robertson." See, when she did the interview for Kylie, her last name wasn't Robertson.
So this isn't the grandmother that is the employee of Child Protective Services, is it?
I'm not sure. I've actually never researched this lady. So
Okay,
if
Lindsay's
you know,
this is what I had gathered months ago,
Mhm.
that Lindsay's mother was retired Child Protective Services
Mhm.
employee for the state of California, and that while Kiely was missing, she re-upped her, like she undid her retirement. So she came out of retirement to work
Mhm.
for the state,
Mhm.
which honestly I found that suspicious as like so she wants to be behind the scenes so that she can pull strings or
Mhm.
be the man behind the curtain kind of thing. But
Well,
I don't think it's the same person. I think it's Lindsay's biological mom. I think this is Lindsay's stepmom.
yes, that's what
Or
I'm
no,
thinking too.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yes, because but he or she, you see her last name, it's not Robertson.
Hmm.
But in the letter, she signed it Robertson. So I wonder why that was. And also, I found it interesting that in the letter, and have you
I'm
seen
just
this
grabbing.
interview? Because I hadn't
I,
seen it until
I have
Miss,
not seen it.
yeah, until Miss, it was Army for Justice who shared it with us. If you guys want to watch it, this is this lady.
I'm just trying to get some better lighting so I'm not so much in the dark.
Oh, I prefer to be in the dark.
I know. I like to be spooky, but not too spooky.
No, I love your vibe back there. Okay, so this is what she said. Hopefully a commercial doesn't happen.
To lots of young people, but the problem is there is no, there appears to be no cohesive record of what's going on.
She was last seen in these green pants and black tank top.
Mm.
Investigators
I
believe
think
she
that's
could
all she
also be wearing this
says.
sweatshirt. While the disappearance does not mean
Yeah, that's all she says, I think. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. It was just that. And I think there's a little break
hoping
here.
it leads to new clues.
We've talked to lots of young people, but the problem is there is no, there appears to be no cohesive record of what's going on.
She was last seen in
So here, compared to that statement to what we just read, it gives me two different vibes.
Yeah. So I've been reviewing Shanda's lives. I've caught all entirety of all five of them.
Mhm.
I was able to hop into hers last night at the very tail end. Um, and then the one that you did that was like 7 hours, I think, like a
Yeah.
week ago, that I
Mhm.
was in part of. I've been trying to get caught up on the parts of that I missed.
Oh yeah.
So
It's
I'd
a
like to
lot.
talk with you about. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions if you don't mind, maybe right here, but I don't want to interrupt this if you want to stay focused on this right now.
No, I mean, what I wanted to do was show this letter,
Yeah.
and then kind of get y'all's opinion on it because I just have mine, but my head is not as interesting or intelligent as all of ours put together.
Well, so
And
my,
then
my main, oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
so go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
My main question overall from that long, long live, so I came in somewhere around hour 5,
Mhm.
and then I had to jump off right before you guys ended. So
Mhm.
I've um caught the part that was after that I was there, and I've caught some of before I was there, but not the entirety of those 5 hours.
Mhm.
So it sounds like something happened where some people might have come into your chat or onto your panel that were
Mhm.
really like uh holding your feet to the fire, so to speak,
Yeah.
challenging you,
Oh yeah.
challenging you. Can I ask who it was? Are you comfortable with that?
Oh yeah.
Because
Are you
I'll
talking about
I'll
that live
watch
with
it.
Miss Sis Vicious?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was it Sis Vicious and Blind? Yeah, I remember that night. I tried to block it out.
Okay, I don't know Blind, but I know
Mhm.
Suspicious, and yeah, I think she's great.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I mean, I will catch up with the whole thing. I'll get it under my belt, but it just sounded like you were kind of attacked for
Mhm.
caring about Kylie.
I think sometimes I touch some strings. I touch some
Mhm.
strings. I trigger. maybe in the way I say things, but some really close friends, and I call them friends now because I learned that not everybody on the internet is your friend. I knew that, but people I could be close to, I could no longer be close to, and that's
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate, right?
Right.
But that's okay. I'm learning though who I can trust and who I cannot, and not with information, but with my feelings and my being, my sanity, right? My conversations.
Right.
And so I'm learning that I guess what happened there maybe was that they were maybe too comfortable with me, and then they felt like they could push a little bit, you know? I don't think I was
Right.
maybe attacked, but it was for a while there I was feeling a little bit ganged up on, but I could
Right.
easily just kick them off, right? But I to me that's kind of rude also. I'm trying to figure out how
Right.
to work things.
Right, because you're open to constructive criticism, I would
Yes.
imagine. I mean, you're
Yes.
you're that type of person. You don't need everybody to agree with you.
Right.
Um, but there's certainly a way of going about it that
Right.
is more appropriate than others. And it's your show. So
Right.
yeah, you're inviting the challenge, and
Mhm.
yet people need to be tactful and
Yes.
respectful.
Yeah.
And when you do anything, not just YouTube, but anything at all, when you do something, anything,
Mhm.
people will criticize you. It's really
Oh yeah.
sad, but a lot of critics just don't have any creativity of their own, and so they want to critique your creativity. And I mean, I just don't get it, because if I'm not interested in something, or if it rubs me the wrong way, I'll just move along.
Right.
Um, but sometimes I feel like, as a content creator, the banter can be productive
Yes.
if I'm like real mindful. And it's usually hard for me to do it on the spot, but
Yeah.
an hour goes by, and then I can think of something, how to like utilize it as a springboard for a really positive conversation that wouldn't have come up without the challenge.
Yeah, see, that's the catch 22 right there.
Right.
And that's what
Right.
happened, like, when Megan and Ryan came up, together,
Uh-huh. Right.
and
Right.
it
Yeah.
always seems to happen. Something like that always seems to happen. If I may, there's somebody in chat right now that is speaking on,
Mhm.
I don't know if it's their theory or they're saying, I think it's Miss Blossom, was saying I was trafficked, and that's just heartbreaking. I saying sorry would
Oh,
not
I'm
be
so sorry. I'm so
nice.
sorry to hear that.
She said,
I
"So
I
right
know a
away I
couple
picked up
people.
on similarities in Kylie's case," but they're saying that I'm assuming it's a theory that Kylie's parents were at the party. That's what something she was saying earlier. But I'm watching what you're saying, Blossom. Um,
Blossom, I'm so sorry. I have known a couple of people who have been trafficked, so I know they've told me things that they can spot immediately to
mhm,
see that a trafficking situation is going on.
mhm.
Or a friend of mine who is an airline stewardess, she got special training. They were doing it for all airline stewardesses to notice signs of people being trafficked on airplanes,
Wow,
traveling
really?
to be trafficked. I thought that was phenomenal. But
Wow.
but it's a real thing. Like, people think that it's fantasy, or it's a conspiracy. I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
it is a conspiracy, but unfortunately it's not just a theory, it's a actual thing.
Mhm.
And yeah, there's like that whole network. Um, so I'm really sorry, Blossom, but I would imagine that you have a lot to offer as far as your experience and anything that you want to share.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
she's saying Ellie has had the answers the whole time. They know everything, but we all know that it was a cover up. Um, why
one of
didn't?
the content, oh,
Mhm.
go ahead. One of the
Ellie.
content creators did a short with that
Mhm.
clip of Sam Brown saying, covering up, we were covering up and not covering up. And he's trying to like eat his words, but he just keeps
Yeah.
re-speaking it. And
Yes.
I forget which content creator did it, but it was so brilliant. And I've been wanting to find that, or try to come up with something like that myself, just because I'm sure a lot of people don't know that part of the press conference, or the press release, or him speaking to the camera. When he said that, it was unbelievable, wasn't it? It
Yeah,
was
I think
surreal.
he was choking back a little bit. You could tell he was thinking about a lot when he was saying that
He was
because
trying so hard not to say it, and he said it
yeah,
like 5 times.
yeah.
As he was trying to not say it. It was, I mean, and then it was, I don't know if it was me laughing or if he was almost laughing at himself.
Mhm.
I mean,
You
it was
and
poetic.
you have to be very you have to be very observant to catch that because the press conferences are so long and
Well, and
so much is not said.
the way we really catch these things is in the replay. And sometimes you have to watch something 3 or 4 times before you catch it, because there's so many pieces of information going on all at once.
Hmm.
Are you familiar with the book called Blank?
No, I am not.
I'd like to describe it real quick because
Hmm.
it's brilliant. So
Hmm.
the concept of this book, Blink, that became really popular like 15 years ago,
Hmm.
is that in a blink of an eye, you're taking in literally thousands of pieces of information, and your
Hmm.
brain is assimilating it and making a conjecture, making an opinion, formulating a
Hmm.
lot of ideas, and figuring out what to say, what to do, right?
Hmm.
So, in that blink of an eye, there's so much that we're taking in.
Hmm.
This is why having good instincts is really all you have to operate with.
Right.
Um, so that's how we're doing things. So when you're watching the video of it and you're
Hmm.
catching things that you didn't catch the first time,
Hmm.
there's still so many little micro pieces of information that you're
Hmm.
not able to pick it up all at once. So it's brilliant when you can have these things videotaped or audio taped and you can replay them. And especially
Yeah.
when you can replay them at different speeds, because that can be revealing too. If you can speed it up or slow it
Hmm.
down, you can
Hmm.
often catch things that you wouldn't be able to catch if you couldn't manipulate it like that. So,
Yes.
um,
And then
and that
so
was what that, yeah,
I got to who do you remember the
that was
author
what
for
that
that?
one Oh, Blink. You know what? I don't remember the author because I actually thought he was a complete plagiarist. He basically
Oh,
took the concepts of Gavin de Becker from my favorite book in the world called The Gift of Fear. So
okay.
Gavin de Becker built an empire on this book called The Gift of Fear. And then
Okay.
20 years later, this other con artist basically read it, regurgitated it, and retitled it Blank, and he got just as much fame and fortune as Kevin de Becker. But I
Wow.
would bet you $1 million that it was simply Gavin de Becker's book reworded. I mean,
Oh, thank
I
you,
read them
Jen.
both. I read
Mhm.
them both, and I was just, it bothered me because Blink got all this publicity as if it was new ideas, and it was
Right.
all Gavin de Becker literally built an empire as a private investigator in Los Angeles. He was like a regular on the Oprah Winfrey
Mhm.
show, and his fame and fortune all started with that book, The Gift of Fear.
I
And
gotta
he
check it out. Absolutely.
literally built an empire on it, and it's phenomenal. And it is a gift to read the book because it gives you so much insight into basically what I was just saying about that
Mhm.
other stupider book, Blink. I mean,
Well.
and Gavin is just one of these people who's really humble. He's very honest. He's very forthright.
Mhm.
He's like no fancy bells and whistles.
Mhm.
He and I just like that kind of straight shooter. Whereas that other guy was all into the fancy pants, 25-cent words and such.
Well, now you're gonna make me read both of them.
Don't waste your time with Blink.
Okay. Okay.
You can just
Um.
read one page and know in a blink what it is.
Okay. Well, I'll
But
trust you.
he does have this cool concept that really stuck with me, that it's like a visualization of like a slice of
Mhm.
the fabric of time and information and reality and situations,
Mhm.
that you're basically taking a slice or a sliver of it,
Oh
like
wow.
every
It's
millisecond.
true. A-
And
And
every
that's
millisecond you're assimilating all that information.
it's
So I
true. And
really think
that's
about
No, but that
Well,
would be why. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you because
I know
you're
it's
right.
sorry.
No, you're right because lately I've been going back and watching replays of conversations I've had that are public, and then I know there's a lot of controversy right now about other conversations that are being played over, and questions
Right,
like
right.
if this wasn't heard, why wasn't this heard the first time, or how did we miss this statement or whatever, and that would explain why. I mean, there's just so much. You're only
And
catching up
most
on a little bit.
almost every homicide. I mean, if it's just a death investigation, that usually doesn't take very long. Any
Mhm.
homicide takes at least a year, if not several years.
Mhm.
That's unfortunately the way it is. And it
Yeah.
hasn't even been a year yet for Kylie Rodney.
Yeah, but
So,
it's coming up, and I think that's another reason why emotions are just they're high.
right.
Everybody's on edge right now because they're frustrated.
And it's a
Everybody.
good thing.
Mhm.
It's a very good thing. I think especially for people in Kylie's inner circle, and I think her friends and family that know things.
Mhm.
I think that it's going to be very disturbing and disruptive to them. They're going to
Mhm.
have a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder triggers, and um, I think that that's necessary. The truth needs to come out. Nobody is going to get anywhere until the truth comes out.
And the sad part
Everybody's
is that
going to be stuck. Everyone's going to be
yes.
stuck.
And why would AWP? That's a statement that always stuck to me. It's like if people knew the truth, or if her parents knew what would happen, it would totally. What did they say? What was their actual quote? Like break them apart, or I don't know what they said, but it would ruin. I don't know. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
People in chat probably do, but they said, and I think it was in an interview.
Was it
I
Doug who said it?
believe so. And
I remember him saying something like, if the public knew, that
okay,
it would
okay.
blow their minds. I don't remember him saying like if the family knew,
Hmm.
but
It
I
was
definitely remember him saying when if the public knew, like you just wouldn't believe.
yeah, like it was more than what it seems to be. Is the what I got from it?
Right.
Was it Jared or Doug? But Blossom says,
Probably Doug. Jared never really spoke on the case.
Mhm.
Jared was luckily not around at all.
Blossom said, I don't want sympathy, although thank you for your kind words, everyone. But I am telling you that I may so that I may spread awareness because I was so naive about trafficking to begin with, and I feel that. I feel that if somebody were if somebody were to explain this to me before and told me about the signs to look for, I wouldn't have ended up in that position. I don't think I use my experience. I use my experience to educate others. I really appreciate you telling me this. It doesn't have to happen to anyone if you have the knowledge. And she's right. Like, how would we know? You know? And the
Right.
fact that you got
Right.
out of that blossom and you're here and you're thriving, I think is I applaud you, honestly.
Well, and the only way you get out of a situation like that
Hmm.
is, um, I think, a combination of instinct and luck. And I always
Hmm.
say luck is the product of good planning.
Yeah.
But there is a crapshoot too. There's usually something that happens where a person can take advantage of an opportunity to get out of a
Hmm.
situation
Hmm.
and, just really a hyper intelligence, and it's also like hyper vigilance,
Hmm.
but it's intelligence. And I think that that's what's so important to, when you talk about trusting your instinct, and this is like quoting Gavin de Becker, that you're really your instinct is your intelligence.
Hmm.
And I think that it often gets kind of downplayed and shunned and even poo-pooed as a feminine quality, like
Hmm.
intuitive. And it's all foofy, like, oh, you're very intuitive.
Hmm.
Like that's not necessarily a good thing. That's just kind of like a fruity thing. But
Hmm.
being intuitive, if you use different language, it's
Hmm.
just being intelligent. It's using your intelligence, it's using your knowledge, it's trusting your body because your body will give you signs like, when you get that feeling in your heart, your chest, the pit of your stomach, the hair on the back of your neck standing up, and you don't know why this is happening, and you're like, wait a second, what is that? And you pay attention to it.
Yeah.
That's where the title gift of fear comes from,
Yeah.
because it's a gift to have that physical, physiological instinct that you can't make sense of it.
Yeah. You can't
But if you
explain it.
trust it, yeah, if you just trust it and go with it, you're going to be able to get yourself safe in a situation that is going to be tough.
Yeah. It's like
Because
when you
because
good music,
the
your
theory,
hair stands up. Also, you get
and
a
the
physical
theory is
reaction.
is is that when there's dangerous people, when there's dangerous situations, that even when you take the most dangerous person in the world, like say somebody like Ted Bundy,
Yeah.
that 95% of the time they are perfectly copacetic and polite.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know when they're going to be that psycho killer.
Right.
So, especially if you have no idea that that's what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
But even like in a domestic violence type of situation where you know that you're in a domestic violence situation,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't predict when it's going to happen. You can't
Right.
predict what's going to trigger this person. Maybe they've only shown that side of themselves once and it was 20 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it's just rough. I mean, it's really rough. But if you have this um, knowledge in your bag of tools, it will benefit you every single day of your life. Like, I can't recommend a better book for anybody to read.
I will definitely check it. Right now, I'm reading the book called uh, John Eldridge, Walking with God. That's when I finish that one. I'll I'll get to that. I'll get to that one. I promise. Um, but this was because I have this is like I wanted this stream to be an hour top, so we have 15 minutes left, and I wanted to also present this, which was also in that Facebook group where that letter to law enforcement was published, and I wanted to know if you guys have seen this. Everything was crossed out, but this was in that group, and it says, does blank, and maybe you guys that are in this chat or you, Miss Justice, know these names, or sorry, know that these circumstances. It says, does blank know Kiely? And then it says blank doesn't. They have lots of mutual friends, but by extension, I do. And then blank, so tough, I'll be home today. And then they reply, can you have the twins take screenshots of what they heard about her leaving with someone? Blank, they don't have any screenshots. Maybe contact Ace SAR. Do you guys know anything about any twins being at this party? I know other creators do an excellent job sleuthing the children that were there.
Right.
But have you
I
heard
don't
of?
know.
Mm-hmm,
I don't know if those Fight brothers, I don't think they're twins.
mm-hmm.
But I don't even know of any other siblings, I don't think.
It just seems like in this group, even the locals amongst themselves they were questioning their own children. They knew that their children had information, but at the same time, they were they were just buying a bunch of water and snacks for everybody that was looking for her. It didn't make
They
sense.
they were protecting the teenagers that knew things. They were sheltering them, and they were trying to keep anybody from getting to them, from getting
Yeah,
any information. Remember, like even the law enforcement came out and said that the parents were telling the kids not to talk.
right.
Like that one always kind of gets shoved into the corner
Hmm.
because by law enforcement saying something like that or the media saying something like that, it
Hmm.
sounds like they're trying to get information, not trying to cover up. But they were
Yes.
basically saying that the parents were um, telling the kids not to cooperate with law enforcement, which is illegal. It's illegal not to cooperate with law enforcement, and law enforcement
Yes.
could have stepped in and intervened with any parents
Hmm.
interfering with their ability to do their job, interfering with an investigation.
Yes. And so why there were no repercussions for that is still beyond me. Like logically, why was that? Why was nobody? Why was there no consequence to that? I guess I said the same. I asked the same thing twice. You, you know what I mean? Like, why was it just
Right.
let go? So we have to ask ourselves these questions. I know you probably don't know the answer, but these are the questions we have to ask ourselves. This is why we can't get over it. And I mean, it's okay to discuss things like this. What would be like for me, and I think a couple people in the chat are saying the same things. Um, what we cannot get over, and the one the thing that bothers me is how she was the lake was extensively searched. Law enforcement said they searched right over that area and then didn't find her, but AWP did. And we could talk about, well, they had different sonar equipment. No, they didn't. They had the same one. Go watch one of my shorts. They say they had the same stuff.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
No, she
um,
wasn't there. She wasn't there.
she wasn't there, and I can't for the life. I should have taken a screenshot, but I didn't. But um,
In my opinion, she wasn't there yet.
in my opinion, yeah, right. But and I will when I find it after this, I'll put it in as a community post so you guys can see it. But there were people saying the kids, and this is just alleged, right? Because it's something I read on Facebook, and I don't have the receipt for it right this second. Sorry, but that the kids are trying to be slick, and the car wasn't there until the next day. And these are people from Truckee saying this. Again, it's alleged until I share my community on my community post. So, what would be like one thing for you that just is you just can't get over, or like what that one detail just cannot leave you about this case?
Well, just today, and this has stuck with me for a long time, like
Mhm.
almost a year now. And it's probably one that stuck with a lot of people. In
Mhm.
that interview with Tony Dodge, that infamous
Mhm.
interview when Sammy said, I have her completely.
Yes. What
What
does
was
that
she gonna
mean?
say? And another one that she said I think right after that, a few minutes later,
Mhm.
was she said, all ideas are open in the air right now. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I remember. I've watched that
All
so too
ideas
many
are open
times.
in the air right now. And it was the
Mhm.
weirdest word choice. And those weird word choices are something that are really good to
Mhm.
replay and look at because there's a reason why you pick your words.
Right.
When she said, all ideas are open in the air right now, I think what she meant was kind of the cliche of all ideas are on the table, right?
Yes. Yes,
That
I
was
got that from it.
but all ideas are open in the air. I'm thinking, what's open in the air, Sammy? What's open in the
Mhm.
air? Something's
Theories, I
open in the air.
suppose.
Or that's why that phrase came to your mind.
Mhm.
And the I have her completely. I have her completely. And then she just drops it like she never said it.
See, at first I thought that maybe she meant I have her completely in my thoughts, or because she's a teenager. So this is how I rationalize. She's a teenager. She's just trying, she's nervous. But at the same time, we've seen, thanks to many creators putting their heads together, that Sam is not a shy person. That something like this would not make her nervous. She's a theater person. If you look at her socials, she loves to have it all out there,
Oh, she
right?
loved the attention. She was
Yes.
basking in it,
Yes.
soaking it up.
Yes. And just my
It was
opinion, I
it
did
was
see your tag in the video. And thank you for sharing that with me. I shared your link down below. What were you saying, Miss Justice?
Oh, when she was doing that interview with Tony Dodge, it wasn't the Kylie Rodney show. It was the Sammy show.
It
It
was.
was 100% the Sammy show. It was all about her. She starred in it. Just like with Megan Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Everything Megan Cole touches is all about Megan Cole. It has nothing to do with
Mm-hmm.
anybody but Megan.
Yeah,
It's
it's true.
crazy. I mean, that's the epitome of a narcissist.
Yes. Miss Blossom says Kylie was not supposed to be found. AWP was tipped off by Celicia Singh, I believe. She watched her sink. She admitted to law enforcement she alleged before her ultimately. And is this
Untimely.
like your opinion? Yeah, is this your opinion? Well, I would guess everything right isn't my opinion. Nah,
Hmm.
it is.
Hmm.
Do you know Wayne Wu spoke at that deleted community meeting? I had not seen that before. Maybe I had, but it was like once. So, but I just shared your link down below if people want to go check that out.
Yikes, Wayne Wu. And his
Mhm.
son, we can't forget that his son Nathan Wu was at the
Mhm.
party. Nathan Wu had just graduated. He was 18. Remember, there were a few Nates. There were obviously Nate C, Nate
Mhm.
H, Nate
Mhm.
W. There were more. There were more than that.
They're
And
yeah,
and then
yeah.
that weird guy that you and Shanda were talking about the other day. I don't think I was part of that discussion. The
Mhm.
guy, I think it was a TikTok video that he had all
Mhm.
the piercings on his face and he talked about the FBI coming to his door looking for Kiely in his
Mhm.
garage or his basement or something.
Mhm.
And and at the time, I think everyone thought he was just some random guy attention seeking. But over time, it's kind of held up like that there's something to that, right?
Yes.
In my opinion.
It was in my opinion. Let me putting my channel down here. My email, Chevelle is with 3 L's, 755 at Gmail. Sorry, somebody was trying to reach me, and I know you're trying to like switch numbers. We're trying to do a number thing here. We will do that. I just it's been a little crazy on my end. um, okay, so I'm a little behind. Get me back on track here, Miss Justice.
Okay, I'll just read the one that you tagged that you had right there, harsh
Oh
one,
yeah.
Shelley.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
That's the one that I was
okay.
replying to.
Our injustice, I need help putting out my info. I find not all is Kylie related. Is there
Hmm.
another line to it?
No, that was
Is there
it.
more? Okay.
But
Because
yeah.
it was a comma, so I thought there was maybe more.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be Kylie related, of course. I mean, I wanted to talk with you more
Hmm.
about Dylan, how say his last name for me. Rousey?
Wesley. Oh, Rousey. Not for Gina
Rousey?
Wesley and Dylan Rousey. Yeah.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
is Gina wanting to come back into a discussion with you on YouTube? Because I think she should. I think that that would be very beneficial for her and for everybody.
I think when Gina came up, and I had commented on one of the. She was real justice for Kylie. She was tagging justice for Kylie, justice for she was trying to get just to get it out there that there are injustices happening in Placer County. And one of the subscribers said, Placer County is large. Yes, I'm aware, right? But it doesn't change the fact that not just there, but many counties there are many injustices happening. So she popped on because she was online and she saw the notification from me. I don't have direct contact with her. I can't
Okay.
email her. She has a channel, but she just posts her son's stuff on there. She kind of pops up when she wants to, but that day she said she let it all out, man. That's why I was on till 5 in the morning with her just to let her say her whole story. And I asked her, yes, there are 3 L's. And I asked her if she would come back, and she seemed kind of hesitant because she said, "Well, I kind of already said everything I wanted to say, you know."
Well,
So
and again, to address something that I said in
mhm,
your last live that I was on with you,
mhm,
to say it really constructively, not as a criticism at all,
mhm,
because she absolutely 100% should be angrier than fuck. Um, but when you're talking like in a YouTube forum, if you're speaking and you're super angry and you're tapping right into that emotion, it's
mhm.
easier for people to discount you or
Yeah,
to not take you so seriously. And it's
yep,
unfortunate, but people just don't like all the emotion. I think
yeah,
it
it's
makes
true.
people uncomfortable.
I
People it
mean,
makes
I
people
I get
uncomfortable.
emotional too, man. Sometimes during the summer, I
Right.
was, I was
Right, but
doing
when
what I
you're
do, and
emotional, it comes and goes.
right,
She's right there in her anger, and I'm right there with her, and
mhm,
she'd be insane not to be that angry.
mhm,
But if she can retell the whole story that she told you, but
uh huh.
try to tone it down because she already told it really
Oh,
angry.
okay.
And the thing is, when you have a trauma, it's so important to keep telling your story because
Yes.
every single time you tell it differently, and
Yeah.
every single time you tell it, you put more pieces together. It's
Absolutely.
amazing. It's
Um,
amazing.
Sammy Jane said, I knew when Lindsay said Kylie was the community's child, I knew we were not going to the truth if Kylie's own mom sold out. Everyone else won't be telling any truth anytime soon. That's a good comment when she says she's a community's child. It's true.
Mhm.
And also,
And
Miss Blossom is saying, it's not my opinion. She texted the creator, Salagi, and told her everything. She has all the receipts. That's right. Salagi has been talking about Salisha for some time now.
oh wow, I didn't realize that Salagi was actually texting with Celicia because it's so hard to. I love her videos, but they are so hard to capture because it's like 30 minutes
She's
of
creative.
information compressed into
She's
2 minutes.
creative.
So like you're gonna have to take screenshots and slow it down.
Hmm.
And I know she's expressed the reasons why she does it like that,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's way too much information to capture all of it. So I didn't even realize that she was actually texting with Celicia.
Yeah,
um
I think we should pay more attention to it, and I think any creator speaking on Kylie needs to be listened to, and it's our job as listener, because I'm a listener too. I mean, you see me in other lives. I'm trying to support everybody. It's our job to kind of get what information we can and do what we need with it, or share it, or whatever the case is. I think we need to work together in that sense.
so
This, but
when I
your comment
started
about
my
divide and conquer thing, I think it was you. I
Mhm.
saw your comment. What was your comment? What did you say? Oh man.
That's what, like, the YouTube community can do it to itself, the divide and
Mhm.
conquer. Like, so who's in the camp that the fire cam footage is real, and who's in the camp that the fire cam footage is bogus? Like, let's have a
Yeah.
war, right?
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
like we don't, it doesn't even matter. Like, it never mattered to me whether that was real or not. That was
Mhm.
completely beside the point. But I
Mhm.
never thought that it was true
What
and
mattered to
accurate.
me, I don't think it's real, but at the end of the day, it's not going to stop me from watching somebody else that thinks it is real. You know.
Right. Oh, and I would definitely be very interested in hearing what people had to say that thought it was real, and watching people go over it piece by piece
Mhm.
and pick it apart.
Mhm.
I think it's good to hear the other side and pay attention. And there's usually some truth to everything, right?
Mhm. Well,
But
okay,
um,
Miss
but
Miss
that dividing
Justice.
and conquering, and that's what
Mhm.
abusers do. Abusers always divide and conquer. Like let's just take, talking about trafficking, like let's take a pimp, for instance, somebody
Mhm.
who's sex trafficking.
Mhm.
They divide and conquer the people that they're victimizing.
Yeah.
Those people aren't allowed to be friends with each other or anybody else.
Mhm.
And it's just so important to not allow anything to isolate you from others, I think. And
Yes.
we're all going to have our unique ideas, and we're all going to have trouble getting along with everyone in this community.
Yeah.
But to keep your eye on the ball and stay focused and just not get distracted by people criticizing you. I mean, I know
Mhm.
it's hard because you get criticized, I get criticized, and
Yes.
I don't want to be a bitch, but fuck everyone. Like, I don't
Yes.
fucking care. Of course I
Right.
care. There's I care what people's opinions are, and but at the same time, you can't let that trip you up, because a lot of people will try to trip you up for various reasons,
Mhm.
whether they don't want you to get to the truth because they're trying to help cover it up, or
Mhm.
because they're like junior high and they're jealous,
Mhm.
or because they're just not really in touch with themselves and they don't really know what they're doing, but like they want your attention, so they'll try to like throw a traffic snare under your feet, so to speak. A lot of people will try to trip you up, and just as many people or more will try to support you and propel you. But
Mhm.
those aren't the ones you notice. You notice the ones that are tripping you up. And
Trust me, I
you know
I, I notice my people. They're great. Look at all of them in chat.
so
Those are the
so yeah,
people
so
that
you,
matter. Yeah.
to some extent, you just have to ignore them. So can we read what you highlighted
Yes.
here, while Jagger and Kate were doing that interview in Reno, in front of that gated community, the one mentioned in the 911 that got tossed to the side, she was still
Mhm.
alive.
Yeah, see, and then she says, no one can even say when the last time anyone saw Kylie alive. That's another big red flag. No one knows. And we cannot forget that, especially if there was a mass exodus at 12:30 But at 12:03, the 360 app stopped working, and then the phone ping at 12:33. Guys, you have to understand this was not a one person drove into the lake by accident situation, in my
This is the
opinion.
problem with a lie. So when you come up with how are we going to cover this up? Let's come up with a lie that we were all at this party, she was there having fun, and
Mhm.
then we don't know what happened, right?
Mhm.
So, okay, that's possible. I mean, anything's plausible, anything
Mhm.
is possible. So, over time, you're getting more and more information and you're getting interviews with people and you're getting all those videos and photographs from the party.
Mhm.
I'm being sarcastic, of
I
course.
know exactly.
Um, Over time, it fleshes out. Over time, if it's a lie, it's
Mhm.
not going to flesh out. And then you have all these weird things, like it's just jumping into my mind, like Sammy having memorized where all of the freaking traffic cams
Yes,
in the entire area.
another red
Like
flag.
what 18-year-old knows where all the freaking traffic cams are?
Ones that care about it, so they take another road that doesn't have that many. That's why she took the road that she said she did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because this conversation is just like too good, but I'm trying to keep to a schedule, Miss Justice. I said an hour, but I'm gonna go live tomorrow so we can part two this. If you're
Yes.
available, I know you do your daily lives, which I hope I can now
I'll
participate
drop.
in.
Oh no, I'll drop everything. I'll drop
No,
everything.
I'll go. Like I don't know what time you do it, but I hope I want to do this again at the same time, 7:30. I get out of work, I
Okay,
can eat, I can
perfect.
do the live, and then I
Yeah.
can, I can do, because I'm like writing some music
Tomorrow.
for tomorrow.
Yeah. I would
So
love to. And I mean, it's summer, so my life has been less structured because, I've got kids that are not in school.
yes,
So it's more chaotic. Um
yeah, I have to
and
go back and read this whole chat because there's so much good stuff in this chat, Miss Justice.
yeah.
If you
Yeah.
want to, you should.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So Harsh Shelley is asking if she
Yes,
can link drop. Oh,
yes, I guess links.
did you make me a mod?
I'm not sure if you type something in the chat, I can do that.
Okay, let me just see if I can type in hi.
Yeah.
Uh
And if you guys want to come hang out again, I want to keep these an hour long because I'll go until 5 in the morning. Everybody here knows that already. Shoot, we'll do
oh,
7 hours.
it's doing weird stuff. So
Okay.
when you rewatch it, if
Mhm.
you can go back to the beginning. I know I commented a couple of
Oh yeah,
times,
yeah.
and and then just like do that thing on one of them, that'd be awesome. And
Absolutely, I'll do
then
that.
I wanted to make you. I thought you were already a mod on my channel, but are you? Do you know?
No,
I don't know. I don't know if you are.
I am not.
Um,
Good night, Kenny.
so
Y'all should
so
check out
yeah.
Kenny's channel as well.
What time do you wake up in the morning to go to work?
I wake up at 5:30 in the morning.
Ouch.
Yeah. Well, I gotta do the dog stuff, and I get to work at about 7.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's okay.
early. I mean, I get up early too. I have to be at work
Mhm.
at 7:30 in the summer, but 7 or before 7 not in the
Mhm.
summer. It's painful. It's really painful
Mhm.
sometimes.
But on the
So
weekend, I'll stay up late with you all, I promise. All right. Well, Miss Justice, thank you for being here so much. It's always a treat to have you. I appreciate you so much and all your support.
you are extraordinarily welcome. Thank you for having me. And
Hmm.
Annie Ruler's question, what did Kylie's father say? Do you know if Sammy, as well as a few others, had life insurance policies?
Oh, that I personally cannot confirm nor deny anything like that.
And let me just say one more thing
Hmm.
about this has always driven me nuts. This is huge, and this is
Hmm.
like just consistent, like every day for a year.
Hmm.
The the people in charge up front saying again and again, we need people to come forward and tell us what they know. Nobody's going to get in
Yes.
trouble for anything. I mean, literally,
Hmm.
like they weren't just saying that
Hmm.
you're not going to get in trouble if you were doing drugs or drinking. They were
Right.
literally like, no one's going to get in trouble for anything.
Like fighting,
Ugh.
maybe? I don't know. I don't know.
What's
We'll
that?
see. Somebody getting like fighting, somebody getting hurt in a fight. I don't know.
Or even for what happened to Kylie. Right, right. No one's going
Exactly.
to get in
Yes.
trouble for anything. Like
Mm-hmm.
we just want to know what happened. No one's going to be held
Yes.
accountable. I think they even used that sentence. No one is going to be held accountable.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Well, we gotta part two this. Now we have to. Yes, truth
Yes.
for
Yes.
Kylie, justice for Kylie. Please hashtag Kylie in the chat before you leave. Um, the 1 year mark
And
is coming up. What was
do
that?
we know if Squirrels on Fire is doing a live tonight? Do you know?
I am not sure, but
Yeah.
we can ask and see. But I know
Yeah.
she had a day, so you know.
Yeah. All
But I
right.
love you all very much. And everybody that was here, Muse News and Just My Opinion, go check out Just My Opinion's channel. They just put a video with Woo up there. And all the new people, Sammy Jane and Mom First Always. And I'm sorry if I didn't say hi. Sunflower Dragon, Simon Says, Outdoorsy Live, Drift Away. Basically all my favorite people. Missy
Yeah, thank
18.
you guys so
Yes.
much for being here
Mm-hmm.
and for having me on your panel. And
Yes, ma'am.
it is such a pleasure. I tried to stay more focused on you, Ara.
Oh,
That it's so hard trying to stay focused on both. It's
I
just
know.
like an
It's a lot.
abundance of goodness.
I hear you.
But yeah, it's like if you don't focus on the chat, you're gonna miss all this amazing stuff. And if
I
you do focus on
know.
the chat, you're gonna miss this other amazing stuff. So you
I
gotta
try my
pick and
best.
choose.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And that's, I mean, it can be fun, but it can also be just a lot. And I know sometimes people get their feelings hurt if their comments aren't noticed, but I know when I try to catch every comment that
Mm-hmm.
there's so many that I'm just like, oh my God, if I didn't catch this comment, I would like be destroyed when I saw it the
Mm-hmm.
next day. Because you
Yeah.
can't, people might not know this, maybe they do. You
Mm-hmm.
can't see the chat for like the first 12 or 24 hours after a live
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
made. I
Yep.
don't know why that is. It's
Mm-hmm.
annoying.
Yeah.
It's
I
annoying.
don't know.
So you have to wait a day, basically, like 12 to 24 hours, and then you can go back and rewatch and catch things that you missed.
Yeah. Well,
So
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. But okay, I love you guys so much, and thank you again, Miss Justice. And I'll
thank
catch you guys
you.
tomorrow. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
And
Yes, Jody. I
will you
started an
text
hour
me?
ago. Yes,
Will you
I will.
text me?
I'll send you a message.
Okay.
Well, email me. Do you have my
Well,
email?
I'm having trouble with my email at the moment.
Okay. Okay, but don't give me your
So
number over. So I'll
no,
talk to
no,
Shan
get it
about
from
that.
Shanda. Get it
Okay.
from Squirrels on Fire. Okay,
Alrighty. Okay, guys.
cool.
You all
Good
have a
night,
really good night.
everybody. Thank you,
Bye.
guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
See
Awesome.
you tomorrow. All right, y'all. I'm gonna end here. You guys have a really good night. Thank you again, and I love you all very much. Um, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. Man, that hour flew by. What the heck? Okay, y'all take care. Bye, y'all. Oh yeah, it's just type in here. Look, just my opinion is here. Hold on, I just had it. And oh wait, no, it was because they tagged me in this video. So I'll post a video. Sorry, here we go. Yes, she does. She posts all the stuff Celicia sent her. Thank you, Jen, Susan, Christine, and Blossom for being here. Miss Nobody, Crime and Conspiracy. If I missed anyone, I am so sorry. Oh, yes, I will. All right, y'all. I'll see you soon. I love you and take care. And I can say I love you 1,000 times. I know. I'm sorry. All right. Bye, y'all.